Hi, I'm Brian Williams. I'm a history and architecture buff, and I wrote the article for Echoes magazine about historic Ohio arcades. We're standing here today in front of the Dayton Arcade. Construction began in 1902. It opened a few years later. It is by no means the oldest arcade in Ohio, let alone in the world. But this one and the rotunda that stands out on this one is what really kind of sealed my passion for looking into these arcades. The Cleveland Arcade and the arcade in the Galleria in Milan, Italy are considered the grandest arcades in the world. And they are beautiful, but this is one that gets short shrift. It is just look at this. It's magnificent. I'm almost speechless. It's beautiful. The artwork, the turkeys up there below that, cornucopias, it kind of gets into the food heritage of this. There was a marketplace for years and years, and that was a big factor of its engagement into the community. It's just, it really is unheralded among the world's arcades. In the early part of the 20th century, the good times continued to roll in this and some of Ohio's other arcades. We started seeing then changes. The automobile became more dominant. People began moving to the suburbs. We started seeing shopping malls, and downtown shopping was fading, but it was still there, but things sort of lost their luster. In the late 70s and early 80s, this arcade and the arcades in Cleveland were still around. They still had shops, but they were not as vibrant as they had been. But people saw a need to try and revitalize them. And it created a bit of a boom. There was renewed interest, but it did not really last. By the 90s, this arcade was basically shut down and remained shut down for 3 decades. This jewel of the Gem City was largely vacant. It was not being used till this current renovation and the broad community support that is trying to keep it going. Megan, I wanted to ask you about what makes this so special. Why is it important to the community and so many people to preserve these, and what is different about this most recent renovation that gives it hopefully lasting power?
Yes. And I love that you said lasting power, because that's the intent. So the Dayton Arcade is the crown jewel of the Gem City. We call it the sleeping giant. It laid shuttered for 30 years on Main Street, just an entire block of 9 buildings, just underused, underutilized, but with an incredible potential.
And it's not just the number of buildings, but it's the range of tenants and activities. The whole educational component is interesting. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, so we have a variable mix of uses. So we have first floor retail, we have office, we have beautiful event space, but our anchor tenant is the University of Dayton Entrepreneur Center at their innovation hub. And so bringing in the mix of students that come in from all around the country and the world to the University of Dayton, and also our great partners at Sinclair College, and that they infuse energy into the space, but then push that entrepreneurship to entice people to stay here long term.
That's wonderful. One of the things that I love about history is, if you look at it right, you can see a bit of the future by delving into the past. At a time when we're all so busy looking at our screens by ourselves, we have a chance now to restore and come to these places where we can stand together. And by renovating buildings like these, we can build a better future by looking into the past.